Hi, I'm John Ditloff, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing the 10 best foods to boost your testosterone naturally. And coming in at number 1 on the list is going to be meat and organ meat from ruminant animals. So, a ruminant animal is an animal with a 4-chambered stomach. So that's things like cows, sheep, elk, antelope, bison, goat, deer, and even giraffes. But I don't recommend that you hunt the giraffes at the local zoo. I don't know if I can say it's from experience or not. I'm just going to tell you it doesn't work out. And if you don't want to end up on the local news for hunting and eating the giraffes at the local zoo, I do not recommend you do this. But eating the muscles and the organs of these animals is the big boss move when it comes to increasing your testosterone. You need real meat and real organs. None of this fake vegan garbage. You need the fat from it, the cholesterol from it, the zinc, the iron, the vitamin A, and especially the vitamin B. They're all critical for not only your health, but also for your testosterone production. They give you everything your balls need to crank out testosterone. Muscle growth? Check. Energy? Check. You're feeding your body like a man. Stop eating like a little boy and skipping out on meat at every meal. Number 2 is going to be eggs. You could call eggs liquid testosterone animal. They're their own superfood along with red meat. Eggs have good fat, protein, micronutrients, and plenty of cholesterol. I mean, there's also, vitamin D and selenium, but there's plenty of cholesterol. Now, the reason cholesterol is very important for your testosterone production is that your body turns cholesterol into testosterone. So without enough cholesterol in your diet, whether it's from eggs or red meat, you're not going to be able to even make testosterone. So you need to optimize your diet by having red meat and eggs in it especially. Now, you crack them open and you're literally fueling your hormones and your muscles. I noticed that if I'm ever inconsistent with eating eggs, my hair looks worse, my skin looks worse, I have less energy, I can't think as clearly. Don't make any excuses. Have the eggs. They are if testosterone is ball juice, these are the lemons you squeeze to get the testicle juice. So, eat eggs. Number 3, and this is so important, is going to be fatty fish like salmon or sardines. You can have either. If you can't afford salmon, sardines do work as a substitute. But they have plenty of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and what these are is basically hormone fuel. They equip your body to be able to produce maximal testosterone. They're anti-inflammatory, they support blood flow, they keep your testosterone receptors happy. If you're actually skipping out on fatty fish or salmon, you're actually leaving potential gain in the testosterone department and the health department on the table. Now, this doesn't mean that you have it every single night. Too much fish could actually lead to things like mercury poisoning or other stuff. What you really need to have enough fish in your diet is really just to eat it 2 to 3 times a week. If you get a healthy serving of 4 to 8 ounces of salmon 2 to 3 times a week, depending on your weight and what your calorie needs are, then you are actually going to have much higher testosterone. And actually, once your testosterone's high from eating fish like this, you're actually going to be able to swim like Michael Phelps. You're going to be able to swim up a river like you're one of these salmon. Now, people do not believe it, but once you start eating the salmon, your testosterone will be so high that you can swim like an actual fish up a river. You'll be defeating Michael Phelps in races, let me tell you. Number 4 is going to be dairy, and especially whole dairy. And I don't know if I can advise raw dairy, but the less pasteurized, the better, at least in my case. Now, whole dairy is testosterone insurance for your hormone production. There's great protein for your muscle. There's plenty of vitamin D, vitamin A, plenty of good fats. There's also lactoferrin, which most people are totally asleep to, but it is critical for your health and your optimal well-being. Make sure you're getting enough dairy and make sure that it comes, and specifically have milk, yogurt, and kefir. Those are my top picks. Cheese is great too, but the fat content is kind of high, so I tend to veer towards leaner options and get my fats from eggs and the meat that I eat, since I eat so much of it. Now, drink it, eat it. Your body will thank you by actually performing. I used to drink milk with honey in it, like a half a gallon to a gallon of milk with honey in it at the gym every single day. I know Rich Froning does the same thing. I know Sam Sulik carries around chocolate milk, and it helps his workouts. It is a superfood. You will notice that you have better workouts, that you recover better. If you're having a hard time gaining weight or maintaining your weight, milk is a literal cheat code when it comes to having higher testosterone, but also just to perform better in the gym and life. Now, number 5 is going to actually be oysters. If you don't know this, oysters contain certain trace minerals and nutrients that you don't get from the majority of food sources, specifically zinc. Zinc is crucial for the production of testosterone. Your Leydig cells are begging for zinc. They look like testicles. So of course, when you eat them, your testicles are going to be very happy. It's like you're giving your testicles an offering. You want more testosterone? Oysters are a shortcut. Eat them raw. I don't eat them cooked, but make sure you get them in. Your balls will love you. Since I've started doing all this stuff, my balls have grown to the size of decently sized plums. That's why I waddle around when I walk. I don't walk, I waddle. And it's because my balls have gotten big from doing things like this. You know who ate 20 oysters a day? Casanova. He said that when he didn't, his libido was much lower. And I got to tell you, whenever I have oysters, my libido is much higher. If you don't have access to them, find a seafood supplier that can get you the freshest oysters possible if you live more inland. But for someone like me who lives on the coast, there's an oyster shack in our hometown that just opens on the weekends, and people can go get like as many raw oysters as they want, and you can go like shuck them and pop them in your mouth right then and there. It's actually really, really cool. But find ways to get more oysters in your diet. Number 6 is going to be potatoes. Potatoes are what I call the ultimate carbohydrate. If you only have potatoes as your carbohydrate source, you are going to live a long, lean, jacked, high testosterone life. They are stress killer carbs. They keep your cortisol down, which helps keep your testosterone up. They digest slowly. They are the ultimate starch, to be honest. Now, that's not the end of it. They're a good source of vitamin C, potassium, sodium. They keep you satiated for a long period of time, so you're not getting hunger pains if you're cutting, and they're so tasty if you season them. They're very easy to make palatable when you're bulking, and there are stories of people who switch to potatoes only as their carb source, and even like keeping their calories the same, losing weight. Now you could say like, oh yeah, 'cause it's hard to digest, but there are other hormonal factors at play by having a carb source like potatoes. So I highly recommend eating more potatoes. Number 7 is going to be carrots. Carrots are an overall superfood. Now, I'm chewing on one right now, so maybe I have to finish chewing before I record. They're a great source of fiber, vitamin A, beta-carotene. What they are is your testosterone bodyguard. They make sure that your testosterone is protected. They detox your estrogen. They also detox that help remove endotoxins and basically like cleanse your gut. They help absorb a lot of nasty stuff. So I have them multiple times a day, just in small servings. They protect your balls, your testicular cells. They keep your reproductive system in peak condition. Crunch on a few, stand in the corner of a room, look ominous while you stare someone dead in the eyes and munch on a carrot. Start pretending to be Bugs Bunny. Pull a carrot out of your back pocket, wherever you're at, and just say, what's up, doc? And just, but do stuff like that. Your testosterone will say, solid. Number 8, and possibly even better than potatoes, but lower on the list because I still prefer potatoes most of the time. But oranges are an ultimate carbohydrate source and an ultimate superfood for keeping you young, vital, high testosterone, happy, and just functioning at a higher level. Now, you see, vitamin C is a cortisol assassin. It helps remove free radicals, plenty of antioxidants. You have those flavonoids in them that protect your balls. This is a simple, sweet, and effective way to make sure you have healthy testosterone levels. Peel one, and I don't want you having that in pieces. I want you swallowing the orange whole like you're a snake. That's how you should eat your oranges. And then your testosterone, it's going to creep up. And you're going to feel the orange juice seeping into your veins. You're going to feel the testosterone increasing. You're going to feel it rising and flowing throughout your body because you eat oranges. Now, you can have orange juice as well. I tend to drink, I will drink about a liter of orange juice per training session. Can you believe that? It's amazing. I'll be at jiu-jitsu or I'll be at the gym and I'm just chug-a-lug-a-lugging on orange juice. I switched from milk to this and noticed that I have way more energy. Now, milk is a better option if you want to like prioritize like protein while you're working out, but it's hard to find something else that is as good as orange juice while you train. Spinach is going to be number 9. Probably my favorite leafy green vegetable. Plenty of micros to fuel your testosterone, your health, and overall cognition. This is a magnesium missile. Supports your free testosterone, boosts nitric oxide, which basically helps with blood flow and will help with erections. So, better time in the bedroom. Now, these antioxidants protect your hormone factories. Popeye was not wrong. If a man with forearms the size of a regular man's quads comes up to you and pounds a can of spinach and says that that is the secret to his forearms being gigantic, gargantuan quadriceps, then of course you must start downing spinach like Popeye. You do not question the wisdom of someone with gargantuan quadricep forearms. Number 10, but certainly not the least, last but not least, is going to be blueberries. Oh, my blueberry friends. I love popping these things in my mouth, feeling them explode, and then, of course, feeling their power just flow through me, flow into my veins. It pours inside of me. These are little badass antioxidants. There's also things like flavonoids and vitamin C in them, but these help protect your Leydig cells, fight inflammation. They keep your insulin in check. They're small but mighty. They keep your testosterone clean and sharp. Now, this is a pretty similar to oranges, but I really like to eat them, so that's why they're included in this. Do not skip blueberries. If you eat all of these foods every single day, you will have multiple times a day, you will have extremely high testosterone. The men and women will bow at your feet and ask you why you're waddling, and you're just going to be like, my test is so high, my balls are so big, I have to do it. Now, if you have comments or questions, leave them in the comment section down below. If you have any questions or need help, DM me on Instagram or on TikTok. And if you want to make an inquiry for coaching, you want to get bigger muscles, you want to improve your testosterone, or work on your mindset because you're a low testosterone person or you're just weak in your mind, give me a call or book a call with the link down below, and I'll be happy to help you out. Now, stay strong, be happy, have a wonderful day. Don't have a bad day. Think positive things, do your best, work hard, have a good day, subscribe.